traveling and remote work hybrid. This lifestyle approach is great because you're able to travel to a new and different place, stay as long or as little as you like while also working. The benefit of this is that it's a little less expensive than paying mortgage or paying rent, and also traveling, and that cost is brought down because you're not paying mortgage, not paying rent, you're just paying for the travel. So if you are currently living in a place where you're paying for a lease or a rent or a mortgage, and then on top of that you've got to pay for travel, most people are going to have trouble affording doing that in a way where you're able to travel for long enough to get a feel for a place and really experience a place. Plus you have to take vacation days on top of that, and then all of a sudden what you're doing is in this vacation mode where you're like trying to experience everything, trying to fit everything into like a week or 3-4 days. And there's a huge benefit to being able to work remotely while traveling in a different place, and you can scale this cost up or down depending on the quality of life that you want to have while you're traveling. It could end up being a little more expensive than what you were paying just for rent in your apartment, or it could end up being less. Depends on where you go and the quality of life that you desire to live in while you're there. The way to do this is to either create for yourself contract, freelance, remote work gigs, or have a full-time job where you're working remotely. I personally have a mix of both, and that gives me, on one hand, a bit of insurance. If one job drops away, I have other ones that provide a source of income, and that took a while for me to be able to set up. Primarily that was done by building my skill set and my social media platforms. So those two go hand in hand. Often you're going to build your social media platform as you build your skill set, and then you'll also build your skill set as you build your social media platform. You'll get better at communicating, writing, you'll get better at things like SEO, brand building, and I do contract work for SEO, I do contract work for social media brands. I have my own personal social media platforms where I'm able to earn income streams through all three of those, plus I have a full-time remote work tech job. So those all work in concert, those all work together to provide me with my ability to be able to work remotely while traveling. And it took a while to build them. I'm 35 now. I wish I had done this sooner because it's great, but I enjoyed living in LA for the past 10 years, but it got worse over time, and it's expensive to live in a place and to be surrounded by the riffraff and the chaos, and that's not necessarily great. If you're living in a big city, that's going to dysregulate your nervous system. That's going to be incredibly stressful. You can go live in a place where you're able to regulate your nervous system, be much more relaxed, and have a much higher quality of life for ultimately a lower cost, or a cost that's about the same. So that's what I'm creating this video for today to share. I'm also someone who has not traveled much in my life. I haven't really experienced many other places, and part of it was because of the constraints that I mentioned earlier, the cost and then the time. It's hard to justify a cost of living somewhere, traveling for a long period of time. It's tough to get the vacation days together to do something like that. And I'm really grateful that I thought of this idea, which was an offshoot of my vitality. So as you are practicing your health practices, your holistic health practices, you're going to elevate your vitality. This is a big part of what I talk about on other social media platforms, primarily X, where I've built a platform of over 30,000 followers, well over 100 million views at this point, talking about how to elevate your vitality, how to practice holistic health, to get to a point where you're able to generate insight, to come up with new ideas, create and provide value. Ultimately, that value is going to come back to you with a higher quality of life. A few things that I learned while traveling. The primary point that's being driven home is gratitude, to be grateful for what you have. The more I travel, the more I see so many people suffering. If you have any degree of health, wealth, creativity, wellness, relationships, these things, don't take them for granted. It's so easy to take them for granted. Be grateful for what you have, cultivate them. As you're struggling, striving for more, be grateful for everything that you have, and that will bring more of that into your life. It's going to attract more for you to be grateful for if you are currently cultivating a high degree of gratitude. So far, I've lived in Oahu, Hawaii for a month, and are currently in Nosara, Costa Rica, both incredibly beautiful places. I wish that I knew a bit more Spanish, I would feel a little more comfortable in Nosara, but everything is English here. Like all the signage, all the menus, everybody speaks English. There are just a few instances where I'd feel more comfortable, I'd feel more at ease if I was able to communicate more in Spanish, and I'd recommend learning a little bit un poquito before you come here, but you don't have to. I know like next to no Spanish, and it's a really beautiful place. Hawaii, Oahu on the North Shore is another amazingly gorgeous, majestically beautiful place. Very grateful to spend time in both of these beautiful places. They're a little bit difficult to get to, so that keeps the tourism a little bit lower than in some other places that are easy to get to, but the nature is just resplendent. Absolutely beautiful nature, and being able to tap into the sunshine and the earth and the abundant, delicious, nutritious local food and raw milk has just been a blessing. So just to recap, if you are interested in this remote work, travel hybrid lifestyle, build skills, elevate your vitality, provide value, cultivate gratitude, and then when the opportunity arises, end your lease and embark on the journey. Godspeed. Enjoy.